Viewers, good evening. This is the meeting that was most awaited. Two powerful world leaders in one room, face-to-face, one-on-one meeting. Remember, this comes after that, brief exchange of thoughts between Narendra Modi and Donald Trump last evening. And from the word go, India underlining peace and priorities. So anyone who's telling you that Narendra surrenders is completely wrong. Let's not fall for that spin. Donald Trump acknowledging the strength of India, Mazboot Bharat, as Narendra Modi refers to the rising India dream, and he says whenever India is in trouble, we will stand by India. Trump also went on to say that India is my friend and our relationship can't be more closer. Let me quickly open this up because this is a conversation that many people thought would not be as productive as it has been. We will have to wait for the final word on this. What were the contours of the meeting when the two leaders spoke to each other off camera? This was the on-camera interaction. But let me just say this, two things. This meeting comes after 16 months to be precise. The last time Modi and Trump met, that was 16 months ago. And in the last 16 months, the world has changed. It's a different place altogether. The dynamics of geopolitics has changed. Look at what's happening in West Asia. Donald Trump realizing his folly, that it was a miscalculation on part of the US, now toning down, talking about peace, something that Narendra Modi has always emphasized on. Modi has always pushed for peace. He's said that our stand is not neutral. India is on the side of peace, and which is why India continues to maintain good relations with both Tehran and Washington. So this is not some tightrope walk, as many so-called foreign policy analysts would have you believe. And the second important point is that this comes at a time when many people are questioning the Indo-US trade deal. To that question, there was utmost clarity. Donald Trump said, we are working closely on it and we will finalize the deal very soon. So let me quickly open this up to the panel that we have. Shehzad Poonawala, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Tushar Gupta is with us. Vivek Srivastav. Others will be joining us shortly. Tushar, the kind of commentary we've seen in the build-up to this meeting, what would the doubters say?
The doubters will now be looking for places to hide their faces, Pranesh. The PM was very, very clear. We have hundreds and thousands of Indian seafarers at sea, and their security is paramount. That is a non-negotiable. What happened in that attack on that ship, the way America behaved, the kind of behavior they have sort of conducted themselves in the Hormuz, that is absolutely condemnable, and the Prime Minister has been very upfront about it. Trump is temporary, but America is permanent, and even the American state understands that Narendra Modi is going to outnumber Trump and his tenure by a number of years. Modi is here to stand. Even Trump acknowledges that till Narendra Modi is the leader of India, India remains an undisputed player in the global affairs. America has to learn how to work with Narendra Modi and with India. If they think they can threaten us with tariffs, it won't work. If they think they can dictate us on who to buy oil from, it won't work. If they think that they can sort of direct our foreign policy through indirect means, it won't work. This India under Narendra Modi, it sort of serves its own interests first, and that is how we are. And that is what Trump even acknowledges today. The kind of camaraderie we are seeing between the two right now, I would still say that the Prime Minister, rightfully so, is being very transactional. We have seen how Trump can really flip after a single meeting, how he can sort of have a change of mood, and he'll say something, he'll commit to something, then pretend there's something else. I think the Prime Minister has taken a very right approach, being very transactional.
Ashwini Mishra also joining a broadcast. Shehzad, the Congress party, the so-called critics of the Prime Minister, have been mocking this meeting. They referred to the meeting last evening, the handshake, and they said, look, the Prime Minister was made to wait, etc., etc.
Thank you, Pranesh. I think that today, far from surrender, It has actually been proven that India and Prime Minister Modi is the real Dhurandhar of foreign policy and foreign politics. And this is because, look at the statements of Donald Trump, because I know in the course of the debate, the same rhetoric will come up. As far as seafarers is concerned, Prime Minister spoke candidly and outrightly that what is India's position, and Donald Trump expressed condolences. Secondly, as far as India's role is concerned in world politics, which they keep saying that has been undermined, no less than Donald Trump has acknowledged that as long as Prime Minister Modi is the leader of India, India will have a role in West Asia. As far as the relationship between India and America is concerned, and they kept saying that the relation has completely deteriorated and destroyed, Trump is on record to say that if India would require any kind of help or assistance, if there is an attack on India, the United States would support India as long as the Prime Minister is Prime Minister Modi. Thereafter, on Indians working in America, he said he has great respect for the Indian talent that works there. And finally, on energy, which is always said about Prime Minister Modi's government, he said that India can do whatever it wants to secure its energy needs. I think this has to be seen now that here is a leader, Prime Minister Modi, who can bridge global south and global north, who can bridge Russia and America, who can bridge Israel and Iran and Palestine on the other side, who can be in Quad and who can be in SCO, does not compromise on our strategic autonomy, does not compromise on buying Russian oil, does not compromise on buying S-400 systems that safeguard us, does not compromise on taking decisions that are for the interest of the Indian farmers and resists going into any deal that will be detrimental to them, does not mind having a 50% tariff but will not compromise on our sovereignty, and compare it to what the UPA used to do. 26/11 attacks on Mumbai, America tells us don't take action on Pakistan, we surrender. Indo-US nuclear deal, America says put your civilian technology out in the open, we surrender. Congress party then goes and votes against Iran twice in IAEA under US pressure and stops buying Iranian oil, we surrender. Then we go and see that in the 1960s we devalue our currency because Uncle America told us to. And here is a leader who has safeguarded our strategic autonomy. The only person now who should be apologizing is Rahul Gandhi and Arvind Kejriwal for all the kind of bogus narrative. Today we are buying oil from where we want, we are securing our energy security, and at the same time we are not stepping down on what our national interests are.
And we are doing so on our terms. That's the most defining part of what we are doing. Now, before I bring in Ashwini Mishra, who has a wry smile on his face, I want to play out reaction of the Congress spokesperson and Mr. Kejriwal.
प्रधानमंत्री जी, आज आपकी फ्रांस में ट्रंप के साथ 1-to-1 मीटिंग है। ट्रंप को आज आप साफ साफ शब्दों में बोल दीजिए। ट्रंप ने हमारे 3 भारतीयों की निर्मम हत्या कर दी मिसाइल दाग के। आपने एक ट्वीट तक नहीं किया, आपने एक संदेश तक नहीं दिया, आपने उनकी आत्मा की शांति के लिए प्रार्थना तक नहीं की। हमें एक शक्तिशाली और बहादुर प्रधानमंत्री की जरूरत है। हमें कमजोर प्रधानमंत्री नहीं चाहिए, हमें चुप रहने वाला प्रधानमंत्री नहीं चाहिए।
भारत का नाम हटाने में अमेरिका ने एक संदेश दिया है कि अमेरिका के लिए अब हमारी वो अहमियत नहीं रही। ये नाम परिवर्तन देश का अपमान है, और ये इसलिए हो रहा है क्योंकि हमारा प्रधानमंत्री कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड है, जिसको इंस्टाग्राम की रील पर चर्चा करने से फुर्सत नहीं है। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि ट्रंप के साथ अपनी मीटिंग में ना तो वो क्रूर हत्याओं का मुद्दा उठा पाएंगे, ना तो वो ये बात उठा पाएंगे, क्योंकि उनकी कोई ऐसी नस अमेरिका ने दबाई हुई है जिसके चलते नरेंद्र मोदी अमेरिका की गुलामी करने को मजबूर है।
Ashwini ji, what is this? The Congress party is openly lying. You know, this is, like blatantly misleading the people. Let me just pick on 2 points made by your spokesperson. She says the Prime Minister does not have the courage or will not have the courage to talk about the killing of 3 Indian seafarers. That is not true. You heard the Prime Minister speak about it clearly. And the other point that Supriya Srinath and both Mr. Kejriwal are making, नाम परिवर्तन, नाम परिवर्तन, आप लोगों ने तो रोड का नाम रख दिया डोनाल्ड ट्रंप पे, नाम परिवर्तन पे आप ऑब्जेक्ट कर रहे हैं।
Pranesh, good evening to you, your viewers and fellow panelists. Modi ji has mastered the art of headlines, but we need outcomes and not photo ops. If you look at Modi ji, India deserve a diplomacy where we deliver the jobs. where the interests of farmers are secured. आप $500 billion का trade deal अमेरिका के साथ करने वाले are going to give our $500 billion to Americans, but what do we get in return for the farmers? So we need to ask this important question. The Prime Minister has a time for global summit. That's very good. But what about the local issues, which is farmers, unemployment, paper leaks? These are all issues remain unsolved.
Ashwini ji,
He's there.
I understand your compulsions to bring in. No, 1 minute. You think the Prime Minister will speak about paper leak with Donald Trump? Is that your understanding of how diplomacy works? Really, Ashwini Mishra? Supriya Srine, it is on record to say that the Prime Minister will not have the courage to talk about the killing of the Indian seafarers. That is not true. Will the Congress party apologize for misleading the people, for jumping the gun?
Pranesh, let me finish my point. I think...
I am not, no, sir. This doesn't work like this with me, that let me finish my point. You can't have a platform to say what you want. It has to be relevant to the topic. Paper leak, Donald Trump से क्या बात करेंगे नरेंद्र मोदी?
हाँ, मैं बता रहा हूँ ना. I'm telling you, there are two important aspects we are highlighting here. One, there are a lot of local issues in the country and Modi is busy in photo ops. When you are busy in photo ops, when you've gone to G7, have you asked the important question? Have you asked the question that will India get relief from the US tariff? Have you asked the question that we'll secure a better market access? और आप बात कर रहे हैं 3 जो हमारे सेलर्स मरे हैं उनकी बात कर रहे हो. मोदी को 15 दिन बाद G7 में याद आता है उस क्वेश्चन पूछने के लिए. Why don't we condemn that and then when those issues happen? The same thing happened when Trump...
Ashwini Mishra, just answer one question. Do you believe Trump is anti-India? Mr. Mishra, do you believe Trump is anti-India?
We have to wait for such a platform to
Mr. Mishra, it's a straightforward question, simple question. You believe Trump is anti-India?
Trump is securing the interest of America. Modi is not securing the interest of India.
Okay, now tell me, sir, if Donald Trump is securing the interest of his country, what was the intent behind naming a road after Donald Trump? What interest is the Congress party serving, securing, trying to do?
Pranesh, Modi ji ko 30-35 राष्ट्रीय
Answer my question, Ashwini Mishra. Don't be so evasive. Ashwini ji, ऐसे मत कीजिए. You know, you also have a reputation to keep. Answer one question, कुछ तो बोल दीजिए. Was the Congress party also under pressure, compulsion, etc., etc.? Why have you named a road after Donald Trump?
हमने नेल्सन मंडेला को भारत रत्न दिया है, Pranesh.
Why have you? Okay, so you compare Donald Trump with Nelson Mandela, and then Rahul Gandhi calls him names. Consistency to rakhiye, sir, please. Suman C. Raman also joining the broadcast. Dr. Raman, don't you think the opposition, misfired, for lack of a better word, jumped the gun, said things before the meeting?
Okay, now I'm little surprised. What has India so far got out of the meeting? I don't realize. For you to call it a historic, success or whatever, we need to wait. So all that's happened is they have spoken. And even that reference to the sailors was not a condemnation of the US. It was a generic statement that lives of sailors have to be protected. I mean, nobody can disagree with that, right? If you say that lives of sailors at sea will have to be taken care of and protected, can anybody say, no, it should not be protected? I don't know what this whole argument is, hanging on to every word. Yesterday, I could see the anchors on our national channels, so nervous. Oh my God! At the outside photo op, when there was no shaking of hands. No, it'll happen. There is still time, and now it's happened. I mean, I really pity Pranesh, the kind of way in which this whole thing is being presented. This is a meeting between two world leaders. Let's see if something sensible and something beneficial to
That's
India.
That's precisely what I'm saying, Dr. Raman. I agree with you completely, which is why I asked you, don't you think the opposition has jumped the gun? Why jump to conclusions even before the meeting?
They are going by, they are going by the track record of what has happened and how Trump has treated us extremely badly over the last year or so.
Okay.
Including the way that the US keeps putting out statements saying that, you know, we will decide whether to renew whether to extend the permission for India to buy oil from Russia, and we don't actually. We have not objected once to that. We have only said India will decide its own energy
Dr. Raman,
policy.
you are a reasonable man, sir. I have great regards for you. Can I ask you one question? For you to say that, look, Trump has treated us badly, I'm using your words.
Yes. Yes. What about the tariffs?
Yeah, listen to me, sir. For you to say that Trump has treated, India badly or Indians badly, what explains this, honor and tribute for him? Why has a road been named after Donald Trump, sir? Or should that be overlooked?
That is not for me to answer. I am not the representative of the Congress party. You can ask them that.
No, I am not asking you as a Congress supporter, sympathizer. As an independent analyst, I just want to, I want you to weigh in on this.
That's a whataboutery. You're basically saying Congress is also naming a road after him. So therefore, what is wrong in... Look, my point is very simple. Trump has not been good to India. So far, the tariffs have hurt India. The fact that we have had a squeeze on whom we can buy oil from has downgraded our status
That's
as
not
a
true,
global
sir.
power.
India has been... No, sir. On the point of oil, we have been buying oil from whoever we think is the best source in terms of what helps us, price, logistics, etc. So anyone who's saying that, yes, Dr. Raman.
Very good, very good. Yeah, 1 minute. Listen to me. Give me chronologically how many million barrels were purchased from Russia before the US cracked down with its sanctions and said you cannot buy, and after that, how much have we bought?
Okay, Shahzad.
Put it out in public domain. It's available.
He wants a chronology.
Yes. Now, please let me answer one by one. The only time India stopped purchase of any oil that was economically viable for it and for its energy requirements was when America pressured India to not buy Iranian oil. In fact, before the swearing in of Trump, at the time when the Russia-Ukraine war started, BJP government had decided that we will buy the oil. Congress had opposed that don't buy Russian oil and vote with Ukraine. They were against us buying S-400. From that period to today, our purchase of Russian oil is the largest sector from where we purchase the oil. And in fact, it is in the range of 30 to 40, in fact, touching even 50%. Point number one. Even today, we buy between the range of 1 to 10 lakh to 15 lakh to 20 lakh barrels a day. And that is the reality of the situation. Point number one. Point number two, look at what Congress has said. Congress party says Trump hamare saath bahut bura kar raha hai. Then they say economy is dead, Trump is right. Then they go and name a road again after Trump. So if you think Trump is bad for India, why are you eulogizing Trump? Point number three, I will tell you what America did to India. You know, the only time a Deputy Consul General of India was arrested and strip searched was Devyani Khobragade. Do you know that the only time a former president of India was strip searched was APJ Abdul Kalam during Congress tenure? This is how we were being treated. And today now you contrast that with the situation, with the statements made by President Trump just now. But having said that, let me go a step further. You quoted Supriya Shrinate on the fact that the name has been changed. First of all, it was always called Pacific Command till 2018. Donald Trump himself framed it as Indo-Pacific Command. Today, Donald Trump even names his Secretary of Defense as Secretary of War. He calls Gulf of Mexico as Gulf of America. So now we should go by name, but not by the objective that is being achieved by the Pacific Command. Is that what you're saying?
Okay. Now, and on the specific question of oil, Tushar, would you like to give out a chronology as Dr. Raman wants?
I can tell you, Pranesh, and I have data from Bloomberg right now, and it's publicly available data, that even after the US announced that the oil imports from Russia has to decrease, our oil imports from Russia are still in the range of 35 to 50%. This includes both fleets that have been registered and fleets that are also counted as shadow fleets. And this is publicly available data from Bloomberg. So Mr. Suman C. Raman might want to discard everything, but Bloomberg has a better authority on crude data than him. Second thing, Suman C. Raman says anchors behave like this, people behave like this. What is his problem? Does he think diplomatic meetings are birthday parties where kids return with candies and pencil boxes? We are talking to Trump after 16 months. We have been talking to Trump between those 16 months through the situation on West Asia, on tariffs, and we are meeting Trump, making the point clear as a country that there can be no issue of security when it comes to our seafarers. There can be no issue of compromise when it comes to energy security. But people like Suman C. Raman think these forums mean absolutely nothing. I don't know what kind of daft, analysis is this that you think, oh, what is the point of G7? Oh, there is no outcome. Does he really expect Narendra Modi to come back with a pencil box? I mean, what kind of nonsensical analysis is this?
Vivek
And any claims there is no Russian oil. What nonsense?
Bilkul. All is nonsense.
Dr. Raman, I'll come back to you. Mr. Srivastav hasn't spoken. Let me just get in his remarks. I'll come back to you for a response.
Yeah. See, what we should do is we should get a dhol. And there were a lot of dhols yesterday. As Mr. Suman C. Raman said, the moment it came to be known कि हाथ मिला लिया by chance Donald Trump और हमारे मोदी साहब ने, वो एंकर लोग ढोल के साथ नाचने लगे रोडों के ऊपर. एक मीडिया के ऊपर आ गया, देखो देखो देखो. I mean, it should be shameful, यार. This is the president of a country who has been humiliating my nation for more than a year now. एक के बाद एक कमेंट और यहां बोलती बंद रही और वहां जाकर के बोल करके आए हैं सेलर्स का मरना दुखद और बुरी बात है. अरे सब जानते हैं. Everybody knows. Did you say, Mr. Trump, you are responsible? आपने पकड़ा उसको, आपने बोला उस फोरम पे, आपने अमेरिका को क्रिटिसाइज किया, आप नहीं बोल पाए. आप जेनरिक स्टेटमेंट लेकर के चले आए और यहां का मीडिया ढोल पीट रहा है. देखो साहब, सेलर्स मर गए, उसका एक इशू उठा गया, आपने कुछ नहीं उठाया. डोनाल्ड ट्रंप ने क्या बोला? हम सोच रहे हैं, वी आर थिंकिंग, वी आर एनालाइजिंग, वी आर डूइंग एंड सून विल बी रेडी विद द फॉर्मेट ऑफ द डील. हमारा मीडिया ढोल पीट रहा है. अरे क्या निकलेगा ट्रेड डील से, क्या होने जा रहा है? व्हाई आर वी नॉट वेटिंग? एंड व्हाई वी आर क्रिटिसाइजिंग इज बिकॉज द पास्ट हैज बीन ब्लैक. This is a president and this is a country which has been humiliating us for quite some time.
Okay, now if this is the country, Vivek Srivastav, at the cost of repeating myself, Mr. Srivastav, just 1 minute, sir, just listen to what you just said. This is a country that has been humiliating us. This comes after Dr. Raman said Trump has been treating us badly. Now, Vivek Srivastav, you are the one person who always comes out and defends Rahul Gandhi. You think he is some visionary. He has, equal command on both foreign policy as also on other things. What explains the Congress's decision to bestow this honor on Donald Trump by naming a road after him? And this comes just, before the G7 meeting, sir. Can you please shed some light on that?
It was a wrong, stupid decision made by a municipality. Rahul doesn't know, and if he knew, even if he knows, everybody criticizes it. No road after Trump. That guy is anti-India.
Ashwini ji, will you criticize your chief minister? It was Revanth Reddy's decision. Can you on national television say we will roll it back? We will not call the road after Donald Trump?
Pranesh, I have a very important question for you.
No, just answer this unimportant question and then you ask me a question. Ashwini ji, ऐसे मत कीजिए. You cannot not answer all my questions. 1 minute. Just answer this one. I want you to take a position. जैसे विवेक श्रीवास्तव कह रहे हैं, it's a stupid decision, bad idea. आप कह दीजिए good idea या bad idea, just that.
See, I don't think we should name any place, any road or anything in the name of a living person per se. जब तक कोई जिंदा है तब तक उसके नाम पे कोई मॉन्यूमेंट्स, कोई रोड, कोई स्टेडियम नहीं होना चाहिए. दैट अप्लाइज टू नरेंद्र मोदी स्टेडियम ऑल्सो. मैं सिर्फ ये जानना चाह रहा हूं आपसे प्रणेश कि क्या आपको भारतीय जनता पार्टी से कभी कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं होता है? बिकॉज व्हेन तुषार स्पीक्स, व्हेन शहजाद स्पीक, आपको पता नहीं क्या वो लोरी जैसा सुनाई पड़ता है, आप सो जाते हो, क्या करते हो? आई हैव नेवर सीन यू आस्किंग देम एनी काउंटर क्वेश्चन.
सर, आप कैसे देखेंगे ना, आप देखेंगे कैसे, आपको समझ में नहीं आता है. यू डोंट इवन कॉम्प्रीहेंड व्हाट आई नो. 1 minute, सर. यू हैव कॉम्प्रीहेंशन इश्यूज, अश्विनी जी, एंड आई हैव सेड दिस अर्लियर ऑल्सो. आपको समझ की कमी है, for lack of a better phrase. तो आपको नहीं समझ में आएगा। अगर आपको देखना है क्या सवाल और क्या उनसे पूछा गया है सरकार से, तो वो सब क्लिप्स यूट्यूब पे अवेलेबल है, आप जाके देख लीजिएगा। और अगर नहीं मिलेगा तो आप सोशल मीडिया पे लिख दीजिएगा वेयर इज दैट क्लिप, आई विल सेंड यू द लिंक ऑफ दैट क्लिप। आपने मेरे सवाल का जवाब नहीं दिया। रेवंत रेड्डी ने जो ये फैसला लिया है, क्यों लिया है?
जवाब नहीं दिया प्रणेश, आपने भी मेरे सवाल का जवाब नहीं दिया। इस पूरे डिस्कशन में जब शहजाद डेटा पॉइंट दे रहे थे, तुषार डेटा पॉइंट दे रहे थे, आपको एक भी क्वेश्चन समझ में नहीं आया कि इनसे कोई क्रॉस क्वेश्चन?
Because I agree with the data point. This is no 1 minute sir, foreign policy 1 minute. Foreign policy whims और fancies पे नहीं चलती है, like तुषार said. आप रूम में गए, मीटिंग किया और रिटर्न गिफ्ट ऐसे पैकेट में लेके बाहर आ गए। This is your world view and this is not how diplomacy or foreign policy works. Now, before I come to you, Shehzad, Dr. Raman was making a point. Yes, sir.
Look, my point is very simple. All I'm saying is the point I made about Russian oil can be verified online. Don't take my word for it. Anybody can go and see what was India's Russian import percentage of Russian oil before and after the declaration by the US that we should not buy. So you can go and see it. US has now become the single major exporter of oil to India. That has happened in the last 2 to 3 months. All of this is public data. Yet we have people coming here and saying, no, we are buying more oil from Russia than ever before. I don't know how they expect to fool people who can just go and Google.
Shehzad, Dr. Raman does not believe the data that you've given. Tushar, coming to you after this.
Let me answer this in this way. How much Russian oil was being brought by Indian government at the time of Congress party? रशिया के अंदर ऑयल 2014 के बाद तो नहीं मिला ना, रशिया में तो हमेशा ऑयल था। If Russian oil at that time was viable, how much were we buying and diversifying our needs? 1%, maybe less than 1%. After the Russia-Ukraine war, Congress said don't buy Russian oil. It is on record, both Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Mr. Manish Tiwari. We said nothing doing, we are not listening to Congress. And even today, we are buying largest share of our oil from Russia. And yes, if tomorrow Brent is going down, in comparison with Brent, other sources of oil become cheaper, I will put my money wherever I get cheapest oil. And whichever it is, for me, the supply is so sure short. But look at the pattern now, Pranesh, and give me 20-30 seconds. Congress said G7 ka invite nahi aayega. You remember when G7 was in Canada? They were proven to be false. We were invited as a special partner in G7. Congress then said Shivalik or Nanda Devi ships Bharat nahi aayenge, America ja rahi hai, those ships came to India. Congress party said that Iran ke saath rishta khatam ho gaya, Iranian ship has been sunk in Indian waters. It was not Indian waters, Arakchi came to India and the ambassador of Iran to India both said for our friend India, Hormuz is always open. Then of course the situation changed there because of the double blockade. But having said that, Iran's stand was categorical. Now Pranesh, I just give viewers one choice. Tell me any other country in the world where the president of America and the leadership of Iran both are saying my friend India, my friend Modi. If there is any third country in the world where both the nations are saying this, which are at loggerheads, I am ready to submit that yes, maybe that nation is also doing. But when we are doing this, you have the constant cynics like Mr. Sumansi Raman and Ashwini ji who are naming roads after Trump and then saying municipality did it. Chief Minister can revoke it. Why has Revanth Reddy not revoked it?
Okay. Tushar, on the data point.
You know, for the sake of transparency, I have just tweeted the data on my Twitter account. The viewers are free to go and check out. And since he said before and after, on May 10th, 2026, India imported 1.9 million barrels on that day from Russia. 2 years ago, on May 10th, 2024, it was the same quantity. For someone saying ki kam ho gaya hai, band kar diya hai, we become a vassal state, I am putting out data in public. Sumansi Raman is only making obscene gestures on national television, acting like a complete lunatic. I am putting out actual credible data that viewers can go and verify. It's that simple. I do not deal in rhetorics like Mr. Sumansi Raman. There is data, there is verifiable data. People can go and check it.
Yeah, Dr. Raman, yes. I am also trying to pull out what Tushar has put out.
He is referring to the period. Please look at the period February and March. Why are you looking at April, May? That was when the US gave us permission. They waived the sanctions. They said Strait of Hormuz is closed, so you can buy Russian oil. Immediately we started buying Russian oil again because Donald Trump gave us permission. And he is quoting that data. And he expects to fool people across India by giving
Dr.
this
Raman,
data.
okay. Now, Dr. Raman, let me just flip this. Is this your case that we were not buying Russian oil before January? Is that your argument?
No. My argument is after the US cracked down, our purchase of Russian oil dropped significantly. That is my only point. I am not saying that no Russian oil was bought. It dropped significantly. In fact, one report says it went down from 38% to 20%. Right? That's
Okay.
almost half.
Quick answer, both
So
hands
please,
up,
that's
Shehzad,
my
Tushar.
simple
Tushar.
submission. The data-
Only fool here is Suman C. Raman, who doesn't want to look at the reality. Even back in January, February, December 2025, India was getting its oil through the shadow fleets. It's all over the internet. I don't know if people do not pick up news or people selectively read news. There was data, there was crude coming in from Russia. I've posted that data as well, the one with the shadow fleets.
Right.
I've done
Shehzad,
that as well.
Dr. Raman would have us believe that this was surrender. He wants, he's referring to the oil purchase in January and February.
Well, just to break his bubble, we were purchasing the same amount of oil in that period of time as we have been purchasing since the start of the Russia-Ukraine war, after which we actually accelerated the purchase of Russian oil. And on average, based on the economics of it and the supply of it from the Russian side, we have been purchasing average of 30 to 35 to 40%. In fact, it has gone up to 50% in the last few months, and not because of sanctions. The sanctions were anyways on 2 companies of Russian oil. That's the only sanction that was there. That was international sanctions. It had nothing to do with what India's purchases are. And in fact, today this question was asked to Donald Trump. Donald Trump was categorically asked that what about India's energy requirements? So he says in front of Modi, India is free to do whatever you want. India can do whatever it wants. They don't need to tell us or ask us. What more proof does he want? But then when I'm showing him that Iranian oil, we actually stopped purchasing. Hillary Clinton, right in front of the foreign minister that time,
That's right.
said it, and the foreign minister of Iran is on record that we are disappointed Indian allies have stopped. That time Suman C. Raman has nothing to say.
Vivek Srivastav, should we be taking, and I'm you know, when I say we, I'm talking about Indians. Should we be taking Donald Trump on face value? Should we believe in everything he says?
It's a very good question, and that is what I was going to say. Shehzad, my dear friend, has said, देखिए साहब, Donald Trump कह रहे हैं about the energy needs of India. Who the hell is he to talk about India here? And why the hell should he speak about my energy needs? And why should Shehzad Poonawala, one of the best spokespersons of the BJP today in the news industry, endorse it and say, देखो साहब, Trump ने भी बोला है जो मर्जी कर लो. Do we need his permission? We don't need his permission.
You know, Vivek Srivastav, 1 minute, sir, 1 minute. Do you know how foreign policy works? No, 1 minute, sir. Donald Trump, 1 minute. Donald Trump, as the president of America, will talk about American interest. We have to do our own thing. That is how, you know, foreign policy has worked and will always work. It is posturing at the end of the day. How difficult that is for anyone to understand.
I know, sir. Ceasefire. I made the 2 kids sit down and have a ceasefire to schoolboys. This was American diplomacy. And Mr. Pranesh Roy and my Prime Minister do not speak. He goes to Pakistan. His son has got major contracts over there. Criticizes my Prime Minister. He is my Prime Minister.
Sir, क्या हो गया आपको? I don't know which language do you understand. Do you know what Trump has said about Pakistan and the series of flip-flops? उसको उसके लिए क्या कहेंगे आप?
Do you know the amount of money? Do you know the amount of money his son is going to make?
That's precisely the point. He is also a businessman. He will always talk as a businessman. He will protect his interest. Why are we falling for this, you know, propaganda, Shehzad?
Pranesh, just now my dear friend Vivek has said that why we must rely on Donald Trump's statements on our energy security. Why this man was removing his shirt and believing Donald Trump that he stopped Operation Sindoor. At that time, Indian Armed Forces gave the proof that we have backed Pakistan like nobody else could ever do it before, and we've घुस के हमने मार दिया उनको. And at that time he was saying, पर देखो डोनाल्ड अंकल ने बोला है कि हमने तो सरेंडर करवा दिया और हमने इंडिया का पूरा युद्ध है जो रुकवा दिया. So that time he was agreeing to what Donald Trump was saying. And then when economy is dead statement came, Rahul Gandhi quoted Uncle Donald Trump again and said that economy is dead. Donald Trump has said right thing. So now Vivek, I want to ask you, say that Donald Trump was wrong on Operation Sindoor. अब बोलो आप, आपने अभी बोला ना कि why we must believe him. Say why we must believe him. And Rahul Gandhi was wrong when he said that Donald Trump stopped
Quick
Operation
answer,
Sindoor.
Vivek
एक बार बोलो.
मैं बोलूंगा. Yes, absolutely. Donald Trump may be wrong, would have been wrong, but my government didn't hit back. My government never gave him a kick on his face and say you're wrong. And how dare you say it about
Sir, the Prime Minister said it in Parliament.
You never hit back.
The Prime Minister said this in Parliament, sir. He said it in Lok Sabha. इससे ज्यादा और क्या चाहिए आपको?
The Parliament. Donald Trump doesn't sit in the Parliament of India, unfortunately. Unfortunately, sorry. I mean, so you better speak it on the platform.
Vivek Srivastava, by that logic, you know, Donald Trump has to come to India to say everything he has to about India and Indians. Vivek Srivastava, please, you can do better than this. But we've run out of time. Ashwini ji, prepare well for the next time because I'm going to ask you that question. There is no consistency in the Congress's narrative. At least, you know, do what your leader says. If Rahul Gandhi says Donald Trump is a bully, do not name a road after Donald Trump. Name it after Rahul Gandhi. Do not put Trump's name on the road. Please, for heaven's sake, let's shift our attention, viewers.